Welcome back to the Big Modern Rush. This is a special broadcast to address a certain critique that I've received. And before you think, ooh, John must be dicked. No, it's all cool. I told you in an episode or 2 or 3 or 4 ago, send your cards and letters. Send me what you're thinking. Alright? I want this to be better and better. It started out as just me broadcasting because I'm lonely. Now it's become a ministry. Alright? Let's cut it right to the quick. The person brought up Pastor Arnold Murray from Shepherd's Chapel. Alright? There's some pros and cons. There's some critiques about him, criticisms about him. Okay? There are certain things that I don't care about him, but mostly I do. He's not the end-all, be-all. He's not my Messiah. But I do know that he taught me how to fish. And 20 years ago, I was starving, but I didn't know it. I did not know I was starving until he fed me. It was a Mark of the Beast tape. Then it was the first 6 chapters of Genesis, Daniel, Revelation. He built the skeleton for me. And then everything came together. I never looked back. Okay? Now, I am not Pastor Murray. I don't have his style. I don't have his technique. Okay? I like his. It works for me. Some people say, oh, he's a little bit too rough. He's a little bit too salty for me. He's okay for me. He works for me. But this is who I am. I'm not an old Marine gunny. I'm just a guy. I got a sense of humor. I got lots to offer, I believe. I was a broken, lonely man because I had all these little talents, remember? And nothing to do with it. The Lord poked me on the shoulder and said, hey, put them in my basket. This is who I am. I can't be anything else. There's going to be some comedy in my skits. There's going to be some seriousness. There's going to be some righteous indignation. And as time presses on, because Obama Nation is dismantling our nation, okay, yeah, it's going to happen. I'll get serious. And I'm not afraid to be incarcerated for anything else, okay? I got a couple of students I'm going to meet Monday. And say, John, why do you want to be left behind? I want to be left behind. So, I can only be me. I can only be me. And I can only... Pastor Murray is very private about his life. Fine, be that way. That's fine with me. That's all I need. I don't need to know his life. I can tell by reading between the lines what he's been through. I mean, the guy's been in wars and whatever. He doesn't need to go into detail. But my life, I feel I need to share. I need to let you see when I was been broken, where I've been corrected. This is different. This is a whole different arena. I want you to feel like you are right here. And maybe one day I'll meet you. Some of you I'm looking right in the eye because I know who you are, because I've met you, or I've talked to you. And some I'm not. Things have changed. It's the first time I popped on that camera and said, hello, welcome to the Big Modern Rush. But this is who I am. Now the kids at work don't know that they saw my video and like, wow, that's John. I'm very quiet at work. I started opening up, but I can't. What am I going to talk about? This is the only thing that matters to me. This is the only thing that matters. I don't want to sit there and talk about the weather unless it has to do with the Bible. You know. Have you seen hell mixed with blood yet? No. This is who I am, and this is who I'm going to be. But I'm going to listen to that viewer's critiques. And I ask that person, hey, write me, tell me more. I want to be better. But this is who I am. And yes, it's going to get more serious. Okay? I keep reaching out. He addressed the rapture theory. Totally against it. Look at my little logo thing. Rapture, no way, there's work to be done. I've made a study, or I made a broadcast about rapping about the rapture. I got the rapture theory posted to my website, thebigmodernrush.com, and I need to work on that too. I need to tweak that. And always, you know what the thing about studies? You're always going to change it. You're going to go back and say, wow, why didn't I write that? Whoo-hoo. See what I just did? I brought comedy into it. I brought me into it. Don't you do that? Say, wow, that's me. That's who I am. I've watched enough videos where I'm just like, click, you are boring. You don't belong in front of a camera at all. Not at all. Alright, while I'm on the subject, I had this premonition. I don't know if it was a dream, it was a premonition that when the time comes, let's say I'm delivered up, right? And I'm incarcerated. And there's this guy staring at me. He's a foreigner. I'm like, what the heck? And he says, I saw you on YouTube. And I'm going, oh my gosh. Oh, this is it. They're going to rip me to shreds. I don't like being here. But you touched me. And I'll say, let's pray. Get it? Be yourself. You can only be yourself. This is the only part, this is the only time in my life where I know what I'm doing. And I am certain. When I'm out of my element, I don't like being out of my element. I gotta work on that part. But here, I know what I'm talking about. But I don't know everything, and I tell you that. I tell you that. Thank you, out there. Thank you for the person who critiques me. You know, and then you post it for everyone to see. I'm goofing off. Get with it. Thank you. That's okay. I don't back down, and if I always have, I always have a comeback. And if I don't, then that means I'm like going in my think tank and saying, I will always have a comeback. But write me on the side and tell me more what you think. Tell me more what you think. You know, sometimes shooting from the hip doesn't always work. I always used to shoot from the hip. You know, I gotta think about what I'm gonna say first and then put it out. You know. So that's all I'm gonna say for now. I want to get this out as soon as possible to address the issue because my fans are saying, oh, look, John's up against the wall. Let's see how he handles this. There you go, humor again. Humor again. Will I always be this humorous? I don't know. Be a test, won't it? Anyway, that's it for now. Oh, I almost went without itching my nose. Darn. God bless you. Stay in His Word, because every day is a beautiful day. Why? Because Jesus is the living